It's all good. It's all
It
good.
is. Hey guys, Chris Pesek with the Dripping Springs Home Team and Ashley Tullis with the Atomic Properties Group at Keller Williams.
Happy
And
New Year.
Happy New Year. This is kicking off. Technically, it's still the second year, but we're like this is year three. This
This
is
is
this is
season three.
this is
We are in
season three.
season three, people.
That's right.
Season three of the weekly drip. Holy cannoli. Coming to you today, 2 hours late. Whatever.
Hey, you had stuff going on. I had stuff going on. The beginning of the year is always crazy, especially with some of the things we got going on. But hey, like you said, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And for those that do tune in or catch this, let us know. Is 4 o'clock on a Monday better than 2 o'clock on a Monday? Tell
I'm
us.
I'm keeping an eye on my little eyeball counter up here in the corner, and so far, I think 2 o'clock is probably better. Although we just started picking up a couple of people, so
Okay, so it's not a goose egg. That's good.
that's right. It's not a goose egg. People still tune in to hear us ramble about random things. Guys, if this is the first time you're catching the weekly drip, Ashley and myself are both realtors here in Dripping Springs. Like Ashley likes to say, we are community enthusiasts. The whole point behind this show is to talk about things in Dripping Springs, talk about Dripping Springs, the people in Dripping Springs, what's going on, and really just kind of bring a highlight to our local small businesses and places that we like to frequent personally here in Dripping Springs. So that's the point. You've been traveling. You have spent some time in New York over the holidays. Uh, I've been traveling. Just got back from San Antonio early this morning. So, guys, what we thought about doing today was just talk a little bit about the new year. I think Ashley's got a couple of New Year's resolutions, quote unquote New Year's resolutions, and
Yeah.
I've got some as well. So we're just going to chat a little bit today. Why don't you just told me that you wanted me to take the lead on this, but I want to put you on the spot and say, hey, why don't you start us off with some resolutions that you've got going on?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm always looking to evolve, be the version of myself, all that. New year, new me isn't really the deal. I'm same old me. I'm back on my bullshit, you guys. New year, but I'm still
That's
on it.
it.
Always trying to evolve. But I'll take a minute and be a little bit vulnerable with some of my resolutions. So, in my personal life, I want to be a better wife. I don't want to be a good wife. I want to be an exceptional wife. And, Chris, you and Erica are very intentional in our community about dating your spouse. And I love that you put that opportunity together for people and provide easy on ramps to like date your spouse. So I intend to be more intentional in dating my husband
It's awesome.
because I can get really caught up in the day-to-day grind and the hustle. And I mean, if you've had an ear out in the last year, real estate has been insane. Therefore, our work lives have kind of been insane too. And so it's been so easy to just back burner, like, no, I don't want to go to dinner. I need to set this appointment. I need to go do this. I got to go to this marketing activity. I got to go to this networking thing. So in my personal life, I intend to be more intentional about being an exceptional wife because I'm a good wife. I'm already a good wife,
You are a good wife.
an exceptional wife. So that's at
Cool.
the top of my personal docket. I also want to be an exceptional mom and implementing those same kind of one-on-one time with my son Wyatt. So last summer, my husband and son went on this really epic baseball road trip. They picked up 4 professional games in like 6 days. And they got to experience some different ballparks. And I was doing my own thing here. But what I found was like, I was so jealous of that one-on-one time that they got to put together. So in planning for this next year, I intend to take my son on a vacation, just the two of us,
Cool.
and I'm really looking forward to that. And then I have some other little getaways kind of scheduled as well. So those are at the top of my list in my personal life and my professional life. You guys have seen through the seasons that logo just above has changed kind of semi recently. So last year, towards the end of the year, I founded Atomic Properties Group, and this year we intend to help 75 families buy, sell, or invest in real estate.
There you go. And guys, I'm going to tell you what, 75 deals, that's a big goal. It
It is.
really is. If you don't understand the time and the effort and the energy that real estate takes from real estate agents, 75 is a big goal. So get after it, friend.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm gonna kind of jump in, and you mentioned that Erica and I try to be intentional about our dating, and we really do try to date every week at least once. And look, guys, it sounds like an amazing thing. It's a little bit easier for us. We don't have children, so we've got a little bit extra time, even though professionally we don't have any extra time because Erica's constantly doing stuff with school. And like Ashley said, real estate's been pretty nuts. But look, we're definitely not perfect. We don't do it every week. So we had to, and I'll back up. We just got back from San Antonio because Erica and I take a couples planning retreat at the beginning of every year. And the idea behind it is to plan out our year and make sure that we're taking time to do things together as a couple and also individually, and kind of look at where we're going professionally and with retirement and investments to make sure that we're on track with our retirement goals. And so a couple of the things we found out is last year we were going to make sure that we're actually going out on a date night every month, because a lot of times date night just ends up, hey, let's sit on the back porch, let's have some wine, a little bit of beer, and it's a date night, but it's not actually intentionally going on a date. So that's kind of coming back to us a little bit, going, okay, we need to intentionally go out on dates. And even though, if you've been wondering, yep, the last 2 months were a little bit crazy with Christmas and Thanksgiving and all of that stuff. So we didn't do our community date nights the last 2 months. But this year they are coming back. So we're going to be starting here in January. I'll be rolling that information out probably next week. But our intentional date nights going out aren't going to be the community date nights, because that's, we spend a lot of time with other couples and things like that, even though that's not necessarily the entire goal of it. You are supposed to come out with your wife or husband or your significant other and date them. But a lot of times we do a lot of talking. So we're intentionally saying that we're going to be going out of the house, off of our property, at least once a month.
I love it.
In addition to the community date night. So that was one of the big things that we're
Do you guys
looking at for the
have
coming year.
rules around your dates? And where I'm going with that is for me, it is so easy to fall into the trap of, okay, it's date night, let's go to Shore or Jack Allen's, like have dinner, right? But by gosh, we eat dinner every single night. So like, I don't feel like that's that special. And then I'll be like, oh, I know what we'll do. We'll get dinner and a movie. But I've decided to ban movies from date night because they're not a place where
they're not interaction.
In conversation.
Yeah.
So that's where I've decided to really like push myself and challenge myself in being intentional. Like, it's not enough to pick a restaurant and go to a movie. Like that doesn't count. So I was curious, do you guys have kind of some ground rules around dating?
We try to set it up to where we alternate who plans it. That doesn't always work out. But we really don't have ground rules about where we're going. We don't, and I don't know, when you said it, I just got to thinking, I don't know that we've been out to a movie Christmas 2020 was probably the last time we were in a movie theater. A friend of ours, Alicia Autry, My Happy Place in Wimberley, she had some people together to watch Christmas Vacation. And I think that's the last time we were in a movie theater, which,
So y'all are moviegoers anyway.
we used to watch a lot of them, but then look, we're both a little bit homebodies, and people don't realize that about me, is that I would much rather just hang out at the house than go out and be seen in public, which is it's kind of a weird thing when we do these shows like this and everything else. But what we started doing was, instead of going out to movie theaters, we just started buying the movies when they came out on DVD or on at home, and now everything pretty much releases at the same time. So we've got to be intentional about going out to movies when we go. But yeah, we just haven't been. So from that aspect, not really, because usually when we do go out, it is going out to eat or going out to get a drink or going out for a walk or a hike or whatever that is. That isn't necessarily I don't want to call it a problem, because look, if you're going out to a movie, I still think you're going on a date. You get to talk about, hey, I'm going to negotiate. Are we getting popcorn or gummy bears or whatever? So you're still having that interaction.
Chris likes to negotiate on his dates. That was just a really fun phrase that you like slid in there. Oh my gosh. Like, are we real estate professionals or what? I love it.
Yeah, you know, it's a part of life. It is a part of life. But there's still that interaction. So look, if I guess what I'm saying is, you know, you and your husband have decided that, you know, maybe not going out to a movie and making that a part of it. But I'm going to let you know, if you're going out on a date with your significant other and it is to the movies, you know what? Good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, no judgment.
No, not at all.
For me, I'll fall into that trap.
Yeah.
Oh, it was my turn to plan something. That's the best I can come up with. And there's nothing wrong with that. But my problem is I'll do it every single time.
Yeah, and so, and I think that's what one thing is that we try to pay attention to, and just like you're doing, if we see ourselves doing the same thing over and over, well, inevitably we'll have a conversation. Hey, okay, we can't we can't go to Suds Monkey this week. We can't go to 12 Fox this week because, you know, we were there last week and the week before that and the week before that. So yeah, usually we'll kind of catch ourselves and then say, okay, well, we can't do that this week. Let's do something different. But yeah, there you go. In terms of you know, resolutions wise professionally, I know this strikes you as funny because you sent me the text that was perfect for me. And I'll have to find it. But guys, Ashley sent me a text. I don't know if it was the day after Christmas or 2 days after. And it was basically talking about everybody getting ready and getting their planners together and their stickers for doing 2022 planning and goals. And it's like, yeah, this is something you don't have to worry about because that's just not how you roll. It was 100% accurate because I don't. That stuff gives me anxiety. It sounds good. And last year I bought a planner and I used it about 2 weeks. And then I'm like, a month later going, where the hell did I put my planner? As I'm writing stuff down in a notebook, and I've got about 10 notebooks, and my wife's going, what are all these notebooks doing here? And I'm like, I don't know. That one's got buyer stuff in it, and this one over here has got seller stuff, and then I've got some marketing thing in there.
I actually have a non-local business plug that I'd like to go ahead and make.
Get after it.
In November, I ran into a few people that own Remarkable notebooks. So I asked Santa for one and Santa delivered, and I am so excited. Like, y'all, this Remarkable notebook is a game changer. I find all these, like, I'm a planner. I like planning more than doing the work, if I'm being honest. I really can get caught up and I need to make my plan. I have to have a perfect plan. But Chris, I know you're more.
Do you have highlighters of different colors and things like that?
Yeah, duh.
You and Erica.
It's like digital now, but these Remarkable notebooks are really cool. You can import in PDFs and write over them and then export them back out. It'll convert your handwriting to text for you. I take a ton of notes. That's how I best retain information, is by writing things down. So I got really lost in these really thick notebooks and I can't go back. I mean, I can, it's just really time consuming to go back and like find information in them. So I'm so excited about this Remarkable notebook.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I've had an eye on it for probably about 2 months, maybe 3 months. And I'm going, no, because I'm not going to buy that notebook and then not use it. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, maybe no. And I keep talking myself out of it. So you'll have to keep us up to date on how that goes for you.
I will.
If you're continuing to use it.
And on that note, I don't know if we have anyone watching or if anyone will watch this.
Yeah.
But man, I'm going to check in with you now and again on our resolutions. And I hope you'll do the same. So like publicly on the internet, I'm saying like, hold me accountable. Check in. Be like,
hey, that's what everybody needs. Accountability is it is a real beast.
It is. It is totally real. Hold me accountable.
And I've told you, part of one of the groups that I'm in, one of our accountability things is that if you don't follow through on your goals, you have to write a check to your biggest competition in your market. And Ashley still has not gotten a check from me. So talk about accountability.
That's lies.
No, it is not. There is a check in my home written to Ashley Tullis.
What?
And she
How
does not.
much? How
She
much
is.
money is it?
I can't tell you because then you're going to start sabotaging me. It is not. It is not a small amount. We'll just say that. I don't need you sabotaging me. Oh, it's okay, Chris. You don't have to do that.
Don't make those calls. No, just reschedule. What's their number? I'll call them for
Yeah,
you.
exactly. I'll take care of those for you. You can delegate it. It's fine.
Yeah, don't worry. I got this. Let me be your leverage. No, just a little banter. That's flattering, by the way.
I
That
told
you've
you.
decided I'm your biggest competition, you guys. That's absolutely not true. Chris and I,
Everybody needs somebody that drives them, right?
yeah, totally. Absolutely. So actually before we wrap up, I wasn't gonna make this local plug, but I think I would like to go ahead and make this local plug. I got back from my trip and I'm not feeling well. I've been kind of sick, and I am self-employed. So insurance, as you can imagine, is a freaking nightmare situation. I don't want to use it. I don't want to go in network. I might as well just pay out of pocket. So, you also probably know that I'm a little bit of a hippie and I go do my acupuncture every single week, and that's what keeps me healthy. But I did not get to outrun what I'm sick with. So I reached out to Code One Concierge, Dr. Peter Cascio, and within 10 minutes, I had documents to fill out and an appointment for telemedicine set. And within 2 hours, my prescriptions were ready at Dripping Springs Pharmacy. They were the original. I think there might be another compounding pharmacy in Dripping Springs now, but they are definitely the people that do that best. And I was just really grateful. So Dr. Cascio doesn't take insurance. My husband is a patient of his, and he doesn't just treat men, he treats whole families. Yeah, Cascio is awesome. He is so great. So if you're wondering why does Ash just look like hell today? I'm sick, but I'll be fine because I have a great team of people helping to make me better.
You have people. You have
I've got
people.
people. We all have people.
We all have people. That's what I was about to say. Oh man, that's
We
awesome.
all have people.
And I'm gonna. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to cut you off. Are you done?
I think I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. That's my
and
local
Dr.
plug for this
Cashew
week.
is awesome. If you're a Chamber of Commerce member, you've met Dr. Cashew, and
He's
he
amazing.
is on top of it. And I didn't realize that he was a scientist doctor before he was a physician.
Mm-hmm.
That's
He's a veteran. I
and a veteran. That's right.
Mr. Stanton can confirm if he's
Yep.
still watching. I feel like he was a Marine or is a Marine. I think once you're a Marine, you're always a Marine. I think that's how
Well,
it
yeah,
works.
I think that's how that is. I think that's how that is.
Um,
Uh,
but yeah, I really am grateful for his clinic and their help. And when you call him, you guys.
yeah.
Get the doctor. You don't get a receptionist that will schedule something for a PA to call you back. Like you get this guy's cell number. That is freaking powerful. And I don't know another doctor that does that. Do you?
I do not.
It
I
really
know doctors that I can call, but they're not.
They're not just handing out their cell phone
Yeah,
numbers. I mean, I'm sure, surely I don't have his real cell phone number, right? Right?
he,
That's like his, that's like
I'm
his
gonna
other
guess.
phone.
I was about to say, I'm gonna guess he probably has two cell phones. But
Maybe.
anyway, that's just a guess. He might. He might.
But when I
Nope.
text him, he also texts me back.
Yeah,
It's amazing. So that's my local plug for the week. While we had a few minutes, I just thought I would.
there you go. And I'm gonna throw one last little local plug in. If you never went to Raza's breakfast tacos at the old spot, or if you did, like I did, because I've gone there a lot. The new spot, if you had been to their old one, you go to the new one, you may not recognize the menu because it's a little bit different on the board. But I'm here to tell you that you can still get your old favorite breakfast tacos at the new spot. You just have to ask them for them, and
What's
they
yours?
still the mic.
The mic? Okay,
The
what's on
mic. It's got eggs, cheese, beans. I sub out smoked sausage for the chorizo. And what else is on there? Well, it's got cheese, obviously,
it? Man,
and then
you're
that
saying
green
a bunch
sauce.
of these I just do not eat. That's why I've never had the mic. But I love that you're putting them all together and it's good for you.
Oh my gosh, it's yeah. Oh. Well, but look. Truth be told, when I go to Flores, it's their bean bacon and cheese. I love bean and cheese tacos. Oh my gosh, I love them. My wife doesn't
You know
quite
what?
get it.
about Flores and I mean, a lot of tacos in general. Sometimes the bacon is so thick cut. I'm like, this isn't bacon. It's like chunks of ham. And I
It's
mean, I'm
ham hock,
over it.
and
I'm okay
I'm
with
down.
that. Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I love Flores, because sometimes you just get like a hunk of bacon. It's like,
It's
oh
almost like a
yes,
cracklin.
yeah,
Have you ever had a cracklin before? It's like they
girl.
put a cracklin in there. I'm here for it though.
Oh man, and it just got me thinking, because I got the green sauce at shoot at Raza's, and I
Hmm.
love the green sauce at Flores. And I finally, because you told me to ask for it, got the green sauce at El Rey, which
Woo!
is just another different animal. So I'm sitting here thinking about green sauce right now, and I'm hungry. Uh, Man, oh my gosh. I used to never get it. I was always a regular salsa, but oh, the green sauce now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Ellery's is my favorite. Like I can't
And
go.
it's more of a dip though,
It is.
as opposed to like the jalapeno tomatillo stuff at
Mhm.
Flores and Razas.
Yeah, it's different. It's totally different than the other places.
And I don't know if I know you're old enough to know this, but I don't know if you ever went there as a kid. But there was this chain restaurant called Casa Olay, and they used to have a green sauce that was similar to El Rey, and that's what it reminds me of. And it was, man, when they came out with it, it was, I was driving, so it was probably 1991, maybe the first time that I had it. And that's the when I got it at El Rey. That's exactly what it made me think of, because it had the. There's my wife. Are we working out or no? Oh, she's reminding me that I've got to.
We're
That I've
over
got to work out.
time.
We are over time. I've got to go work out. I've got to do a Camp Gladiator workout. There's my second local plug.
I love it. I love it. I'll let you be, guys. Thanks for tuning in for season 3, episode 1 of the Weekly Drip. We will see you next week. And give us some feedback if y'all want us to show up consistently at 4 o'clock. I think we could probably make that change. Or we'll keep it at 2, whatever.
Or we'll keep it at 2. That's fine. All right, guys. See y'all next week.